Welcome to the Modesto Heights tutorial for Wipeout HD Fury. Modesto Heights ranks up with Sabenko Climb and Shengu Project as one of the most difficult tracks in the game. The majority of the corners in this track are right angled, and there's also plenty of sloped track sections too. You'll need to absolutely abuse the air brakes on this track to get a decent time in Phantom class. There's also a part of the track that's inside, making it quite dark. This will make it difficult enough to see where the corners are, but when there's a lot of weapons flying about, it really becomes a challenge. So let's start by taking a look at the track on Venom class. And now let's go through the track step by step. The course shows its nature right at the very start, with a double 90-degree right-hander. Approach the corner from the left-hand side, then as you close in on the apex, hit the right air brake, swing the craft towards it, and then emerge on the left-hand side on exit. Once on the outside, keep tapping the right air brake and guide the craft through the second right-hander. Again, emerge on the left-hand side. Use right side shift as well if you pull too far over to the left. The peak you see in front of you here is an ideal opportunity to barrel roll. However, be aware that there is another sharp right hander waiting for you at the bottom. Up ahead is a considerably tricky corner series. It starts off with the sharp right hander I mentioned earlier. This will then take you into a double 90-degree left hander, followed by a quick left-right chicane. Your exit from this corner ahead of you will determine just how successfully you're able to take this corner series. The right-hander is heavily sloped, which will make it much easier to navigate. As soon as you hit this speed pad in front of you, immediately slam on the right air brake and turn the craft 90 degrees. The slope in the corner should guide you through the rest of the way. As you exit, pull the craft over to the right-hand side of the track and then immediately slam on the left air brake. Keep it held down as you go through the two left-handers. As you approach the second left apex, side shift over to the left and then give a slight tap to the right air brake to pull the craft level. This will allow you to exit the corner on the right hand side and hit a double speed pad. The shallow chicane ahead shouldn't pose much of a problem. A light tap of the left and then the right air brake should be enough to navigate it. If you can exit on the left hand side, there's a speed pad waiting. Let's take one more look at that corner series. You should see here that the craft effectively jumps into the first right-hander and then rides the slope down to exit on the right-hand side. What really matters though is the timing as to when the left air brake is applied. Just around this left bend ahead of you is a long shallow chicane series. In terms of navigation, it's nothing to worry about. There's a very clear straight line down the middle of the series. However, if you're in a race and there's several craft trying to get down there at the same time, it could prove to be slightly more difficult. As you approach the left bend ahead of you, give a light tap to the left air brake. You need to be aiming for what would be the first right apex to hit a speed pad to take you down the chicane series. As you approach the final right apex, you should see a double speed pad waiting for you. However, on exit, the track suddenly curls round to the right before taking you straight into another double 90-degree right-hander. If you hit the double speed pad, it's going to throw you towards the outside. So when you do hit it, tap the right air brake to bring the craft level with the track, and then immediately right side shift to pull away from the left wall. The double right-hander is heavily sloped, so you shouldn't need to air brake as much as you would normally. However, try to keep the nose of the craft hovering over the centre of the track while keeping the back end over to the outside. This will allow you to hit a speed pad close to the exit of the first right-hander. Once you hit it, immediately swing the craft towards the second right apex to hit a second speed pad. There's another set of speed pads as you exit the corner, a double on the right and a single on the left. Tap the left air brake as you go over them to take you through the quick left bend immediately following. There's one more 90-degree right-hander waiting for you at the bottom of this jump. As you go over, barrel roll and stay over to the left-hand side. And then finally, use the right air brake to guide the craft through the last corner and back onto the home straight. There is a weapon pad waiting on the outside of the corner. If you want to go for it, you'll have to turn late and then use a right side shift to pull away from the outside wall. And now let's see the whole lap again at full Phantom class speed. Thank you for watching, good luck with the game.